Hello dear students, how are you all? I hope all of you are fit and fine by the grace of Almighty. And I am also fine by His grace. So today in this lesson, I am going to talk with you about how can we learn English fluently. How can you be expert in English within a short time? Okay, so today I will give you some tips for learning English properly. So let's get started. The first thing is you have to practice every single day. You know that English is a language, so you have to take it practically. Just by practicing regularly, you can improve your skill or you can be expert and fluent in skill. But how can you be practice? How can you do practice? So you have to know that there are some strategy for learning English. I mean, you have to know from where will you start your learning journey. Okay, in which topic you should read firstly. You have to know it. So I will give you some tips. First one is you have to know this about all types of sentences. You know that there are 5 types of sentences according to meaning, and also there are 3 types of sentences according to structure. Like uh, according to meaning, assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, exclamatory. And according to structure, there are 3 types of sentence. Those are simple, complex, compound. So you have to need the clear concept about all the structure of those sentences. If you know about all these sentences, you can easily understand and you can easily make your actual meaning from these sentences. And then right now, after learning this sentence, you have to know the component of sentence. So you know that every sentence has so many parts. So you have to identify from the sentence that what is subject, what is verb, what is complement, what is adverbial, what is appositive. So those are called sentence component, and you have to identify and you have to know the definition of those component. This is the fact and you should learn it, I think. And then after knowing this sentence component, you need to learn about part of speech. You know that there are 8 types of part of speech in English grammar, right? Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So when you make sentence, every word from every sentence has a particular name. If you identify the word and if you know which types of part of speech is it, then you can easily translate in your own language from English every sentence. So this is the key fact. If you have all clear concept about part of speech, your 50% grammar will be covered from English language. So part of speech is the most important things. And then number 4, after learning this part of speech, from these types of part of speech or from 8 types of part of speech, you have to know about verb. You know, verb is one types of part of speech, but there are so many classification of verb in English grammar, and verb is the biggest topics in English grammar. Also, verb is the heartbeat of every sentences. Without verb, you cannot make any types of English sentence. So verb is the most important things, and you should learn verb. You know there are mainly there are 2 types of verb, principal and on the other one, sorry, finite, and on the other one is non-finite. Again, non-finite verb are 3 types: gerund, infinitive, participle. And participle are 3 types: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. On the other hand, finite verb are mainly two types. Number one is principal verb and number two is auxiliary verb. Again, principal verb are two types, that is transitive, intransitive, or no, auxiliary verb again are two types, that is primary auxiliary, modal auxiliary. So there are so many classification and you have to know about all types of verb for making sentence correctly. Okay, so that is the key factor or important thing. So after knowing this verb, you have to know about tense. Tense is the compulsory things of English language. If you want to speak something, if you want to say something in your audience, you have to learn tense. Without learning tense, you cannot make your language properly. And after knowing this tense, you have to know about some part of speech. You know that part of speech is a very modal verb. I mean modal auxiliary verb like can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, might, need, dare, and then some other semi-modal auxiliary verb have to, has to, had to, am to, is to, are to, was to, were to, am going to, is going to, are going to. Those are modal and semi-modal auxiliary verb, and you have to know the uses about all these verb. If you know about tense as well as modal and semi-modal auxiliary verb, you can make any sentence easily and correctly. You can make so many sentences whatever you think in your mind. But be remember, after modal auxiliary and after learning this modal auxiliary and tense, you need to learn or you should learn about passive voice. There are two types of voice in English language. Number one is active and number two is passive. In so many reports, so many news articles, so many paragraph, essay, composition, or any types of reading passage, you can see so many sentence is written by using passive structure. So if you don't know about passive structure, you cannot express your speech fluently. So you have to know about all types of passive structure. How can you make passive sentence from active sentence? How many structure are there in passive voice? So you have to know all these things. After knowing these things, you can practice every single day, and you have to enlarge your vocabulary also. Without vocabulary, you cannot make so many sentences. So those are the basic and main things for learning English. So I hope you should follow my rule. So thank you so much. See you again in the others tutorial. Thank you.